What's going on, you guys? Today I'll be recording on my other camera. Just want to vlog now, just want to keep things very smooth and just try to capture my life and what I do pretty much. I'm really excited to do this. I just had some coffee, still got a little bit left. Let's see what we can get. Today we're doing leg day. See how it goes. Not gonna go crazy. Since I be running so much, I like to take it back. As you guys saw, I finished my workout. Really good leg day, really peaceful, really easy. I just realized recording yourself kind of helps keep yourself accountable. Like when you put yourself out there, you're kind of keeping yourself accountable to continuously grow. Not only are you trying to improve yourself, you're trying to help other people. So you want to help them to the best of your ability. And the only way to do that is to stay consistent. That was just a little thought. I'm about to head home, freshen up, have a meeting, and then go straight to the cafe.
Daytime, studio till I'm dead tired. That's why you gon' catch me young and don't say shit, cause I'm working fan.
Alright, so now we're here. We're cooking some huevitos. So currently I'm making some eggs right now. I'm trying to stack up on protein because I feel like that's what makes me feel the fullest, and also gives me the most nutrition is when I eat my eggs, yogurt, tuna. Anyways, that's like my little go-to. Overall, things have been good. Just a little update on everything with life. So there are two things that I like to focus on when it comes to my business. So far, it's been maintaining relationships and optimizing systems. The outcome of that is growth automatically. So you don't have to worry about growth if you're doing what you have to do. Obviously, outreach is important, all these little things. But I think that ties down with maintaining relationships, and it just kind of snowball effects from there. But that's really the main idea right now. A lot of work for sure, but I still make time for things that I enjoy, like music, going to the gym, going for runs and things like that. I think that's super important for the mental health aspect, because if you're constantly under pressure, you can't really think that much. So when you put your body under pressure, for example, you're on a run, you're going to be able to think more clearly after the activity, and in result it helps you, your business, and the people around you too, because the state of your mind also affects the people around you. That's just a little train of thought that I feel like is important to talk about. That's how it is. That's something to definitely look into. I think with everything that I'm doing now, that's definitely a very helpful tool. I know you're keeping it very simple and minimal, like 3 things to focus on, especially when you're trying to build multiple projects. I think that range between 2 to 3, maybe 4 things is the best way to do the best work, because if you have too many things, then you're kind of spreading yourself thin. I think a lot of times we kind of want to expand just to kind of see results or kind of see something moving the needle forward, but I think it comes back down to your craft and your skills. You see, when you're in this business space, it's hard to stay grounded sometimes. I don't know how many people agree with me on that, but being grounded is probably the best thing one can do. And I always think back to that one psalm that goes, "Be still and know that I am God." Sometimes I ask myself, how often do I stay still? Not necessarily and literally being still, but actually not reacting. Just allowing the moment to progress how it's supposed to progress. I think the less we poke at ideas, the more natural the outcome is. Because I feel like if we poke at the situation too much, we can distort what's actually meant to happen. We could get ahead of ourselves. We could underreact. We could respond unaccordingly, So when I think of being still, I think of understanding that whatever's happening in this moment was ordained by God, so His perfect will can be done. It's a deep thought, but it helps to remember. Sometimes we're not in control. Sometimes we can't do it. You see, the other day I was trying to change the oil of my car. I ended up stripping the screw that was connected to the oil pan. For those who know, when you strip a screw, you're screwed. I had to go all the way out of my way to go to the mechanic to get it fixed. But I had to realize in that moment, no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't gonna be able to do it. And if I did, I probably would have damaged something in my car. So remember that. Sometimes we just have to leave things to the mechanic. In other words, sometimes we have to leave things for God to take care of. Although it feels like we can take care of it, although it feels like we can handle the situation on our own, that's the importance of being grounded, prayer, seeking that peace of like, God knows what he's doing. Anyways, I'm on the way to the cafe. I'm about to do a deep work sesh. I got a lot of work to do. Once again, the main things I want to focus on is relationship building / maintenance, optimizing systems, and those are the two main things I'm trying to focus on right now. Focus on what you can control and you'll be fine.
I think you have to say what way what do you do? But for them over here,
Get it. Alright. Just locked in. Really nice session. Things are becoming more clear to me that there's levels to this. There's levels to mastery. So if you're struggling right now, it's because you're getting ready to get to the next level. Be still. Understand where you are. Count your blessings. Start to realize that there's a transitioning happening right now. That life that you're dreaming of, it's on the other side of this. On the other side of this struggle. So get excited because it's gonna come. If you're in the process of transitioning to this next chapter, you have to remember you're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Sacrifices are not easy to make whatsoever, but they're worth it. You have to see what you're willing to sacrifice in order to achieve what God has placed in your heart. So be obedient to your purpose, be obedient to God, and everything will happen when it's supposed to happen. Doing things our way can only get us so far. We're limited. God isn't. Today is a new day. I woke up pretty early, got straight to preparing for the day. I have a shoot today with a real estate agent. We're just gonna do some property shots and maybe some videos. I had my coffee already. Usually I start my day, it's kind of bad, but I open my phone and see how everything is going. I see how my clients are doing. For those who don't know, I'm in the social media business, so I do video and photos, so all kinds of content. So I tend to gravitate towards seeing how things are going. Overall, everything is good. It's been a few months already and things have been slowly moving forward. Things still get challenging and things are never promised, so just gotta hold it down and keep pushing. That's the only way through. But yeah, it's gonna be a good day today. We have a shoot in the morning and one of my other clients, which is in the afternoon. This should be pretty smooth. So yeah, overall everything is good. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with my day. I'll make sure to keep you guys posted and show you what my day looks like. Just came to this conclusion right now. Kind of blows my mind. And the question that I asked myself was, how much more do you need? Like, genuinely ask yourself, how much more do you need to start living the life that you want to live? Like, really understand that question. Sometimes we already have enough to live the life we want to live. We just don't put in the work. That's the thing, is like, action needs to be taken in order to move forward. That was just an idea that came to mind because there's a lot of distractions in this world that just hold you back from actually moving. It's keeping you in this paralysis. It's just constant consuming and not taking action. It's very difficult to get out of that state. There are moments where I feel like I can't get out of it, constantly consuming, and I barely invest time into creating, you know, and that's very normal in this day and age. I mean, it's not easy, but nobody said it was going to be easy. But going back to what I said, how much more do you need to live the life that you desire to live. A lot of times, the tools we need are right under our nose. All the ideas. A lot of times, we don't even need as much as we think we need. So begin to narrow down what is actually needed. What are the next steps you need to take? What are the next tools you need to invest in order to live that life that you want to live? Let me rephrase that. To live the life that God has placed in your heart. You see, a lot of times I feel like we could get confused by this dream life and we automatically believe that it's from God, but a lot of times it can come from our own fleshly desire to live how we want to live. In a lot of cases, that's not true. God has something way bigger than what you think, something bigger than you can even imagine. Don't settle for your own ideas. Don't settle for your own thoughts if you haven't run them by God yet, because what God has for you is a lot greater than you can ever imagine. Right now, we're arriving at the shoot. We're gonna do some videos. Very excited. First time working with this friend of mine, and there's a lot of room for growth on my end, and I truly believe like growth will never end. So it's gonna be a new experience. The mindset is just to learn, serve, and see what we can create. I'm really excited. I'll keep you guys updated on the mindset. But anyways, hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get it. So I just wrapped up the shoot. Very smooth, very efficient, on time. One thing that I like to remember is not rushing the process. If you need to do that extra take, do it. If you need to try again, because you want to make sure that everything is done intentionally. A lot of times that's when you mess up, it's when you rush. So the main idea is to try again because you want to create the best product. Try again because you want to make sure your quality is at the highest level. People are going to notice these things. They're going to notice when you rush something. The best way to be efficient with your time and get things done is to have a plan of action. That's why preparation is so vital. You know what to do, you know what to shoot, you know what to see. To avoid mistakes, be intentional. Know what you're doing, know why you're doing it. Thank God. I remember when I was working at Target, working at pizzerias, at restaurants, and I would always look outside at the cars moving, and I'd always be like, dang, where's everybody going? And then now I'm like in this position where I'm not restricted to one position, to one place. I can go out and do things. Be thankful for where you are, because that's not your final destination. There's more coming. You just gotta believe it. You just gotta know that there's something greater. Focus on what you're doing now, because it's not gonna last forever. I'm gonna go home, freshen up, and I might go to the cafe, but I'll keep you guys posted. All right. So I just got my gimbal, my camera, pretty excited. It's from DJI as well. At the beginning of this vlog, I started shooting in 60 frames per second. That's why it looks kind of different now. 24 frames per second is probably the best frames per second for like more cinematic videos. But I'm basically gonna learn how to use this because it's my first time using it. Really excited. Never really used this before, so I'll keep you guys posted.
You control the camera with the cable as well as with Bluetooth. So we're gonna go through the whole process. So let's open up our tripod, and then we're just going to attach it into the bottom here.
Alright, you guys, so I set up the gimbal. Very great addition to the collection of, equipment. It's definitely going to be helpful to the quality of my videos. Very thankful. I got my coffee, and of course we got the Mac. We got a lot of work to do, but the only way through is to keep going. There's this verse in the Bible that I really enjoy, and I heard it recently, and it goes, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." So if you're watching this video and you're in your bed or you're at home, just remember that you are blessed. Tomorrow's a new day. Gotta keep going, gotta keep thanking God. Alright, I'm about to hit this high intensity cardio workout. I'm gonna try to get clips of it. If I don't, just know that movement is medicine. Shout out to Carson for that. So I just left the gym, felt really good. I know I said I was gonna add some clips of me working out, but you know, I didn't really get to. I can do it. That's something that you guys are interested in. If you guys want to see the kinds of workouts that I do, and just to kind of maintain a lean physique, also to maintain good health, you know, leave a comment or like the video. Was able to get the mind right for the day. Now we're just gonna lock in, get things going. Keep you guys posted, and I'll see you on the next. A lot of times we can feel overwhelmed with the amount of things that we have to do in a day. Whether they're little things, whether they're big things, big tasks, small tasks. The more you can take action on what's in front of you, the faster you're gonna get things over with. It's not negative, you just gotta get things done. But to wrap up this video, I wanna thank everybody who watched it. Appreciate it. If you want more videos like this, be sure to follow, be sure to leave a like. Even some feedback would help on just what kind of content you guys want and what you need. And I'll do my best to provide as much help and insight as I can. But other than all of that, you guys stay up and stay blessed. Let's get it.